was made. I'm like, bro, it's cool. I can't do nothing now. Like, y'all dated 2 pictures and went back on. It was weird, but it was like.
I mean, it was real. This girl was invested.
Like, I guess we just gotta deal with it.
Now, I can't say I'm mad. I might even be happy. But damn, another one bites the dust. And I can't be mad because I can't fight. I can't fight. I can't fight. I can't fight.
Now, if you thought Iman Shumpert was just going to sit back and watch his ex-wife, Teyana Taylor, ride off into the sunset with her new man, Pierre, you clearly underestimated his level of pettiness. Because let's be real, he seems determined to make her life as difficult as possible. And if you somehow missed the drama that's been brewing, let's catch you up. Teyana and Aaron shocked everyone when they stepped out together, making it clear they had been keeping things low-key. Nobody even had a clue they were an item. While fans have been loving this unexpected romance, Iman, he is not having it. Word on the street is that he allegedly tried to confront Aaron after the couple got extra cozy at Nosker's after party. And guess what? Aaron is not letting that slide. He reportedly slapped Iman with a restraining order. Now, if you thought that was the end of the chaos, buckle up, because this situation is about to get a whole lot messier. And Iman better tread carefully with what he says about Teyana, because Pierre is not the one to play with. Some people might see Iman as the victim in all this, especially since he's been going off about Teyana moving on. But let's be real, it's not hard to see why he might be feeling a little salty, because Pierre, that man is basically royalty. Now let's not pretend Iman isn't out here enjoying himself. He's dabbling in the hip-hop scene, making his little music moves and all that. And sure, he's not exactly struggling, but let's keep it real for a second. Pierre is having a way bigger year than him, especially now that he's linked to Teyana. And let's just say Iman has not been taking it well. He's been throwing tantrums left and right, and if anyone's got green eyes in this situation, it's definitely him, because jealousy is practically dripping off of him. But here's where things take a wild turn. Word is, Iman has been running his mouth, telling anyone who will listen that Teyana is a deadbeat mom who's neglecting their kids to spend time with Aaron. He's out here trying to spin the narrative that she's more focused on her new relationship than her own children. But let's be honest, this screams jealousy more than concern. And the craziest part, he's the reason they even split in the first place. It's no secret that Iman cheated on Teyana multiple times, with multiple women. And not only that, but he was reckless with it, allegedly putting her health at risk because he wasn't even being careful with his side flings. And get this, it wasn't just at the end of their marriage. The streets are saying Iman had been stepping out on her from the very beginning, way back when they first started dating. Not long after they tied the knot, Iman got caught slipping with another woman. But here's where it gets even wilder. This wasn't just some random side chick. Rumors started swirling that Teyana and Iman had actually been in a whole situationship with this woman. And that tracks, considering Teyana had openly admitted in the past that they occasionally invited other people into their bedroom. Now, while the revelation wasn't exactly shocking, it still had folks scratching their heads. If Teyana had already been open to bringing in other women, why on earth would Iman feel the need to go behind her back? And just when the situation couldn't get any messier, Teyana suddenly wiped her entire Instagram and Twitter clean. The timing was suspicious, to say the least. People immediately started connecting the dots, convinced that Iman had stepped out on her barely 2 months into their marriage. And with Teyana vanishing from social media right as the rumors picked up steam, it was looking more and more like there was definitely some truth to the whispers. But in a shocking twist, Teyana rushed to Iman's defense, shutting down the cheating rumors completely. She clapped back saying, 1. I never seen or touched that girl in my life. My page is gone because I'm upset at Def Jam for not dropping my dang WTP video on time, per usual. 3. It's really sad that the lies are entertained so much more than the truth. Now, whether people actually believed her, Well, that's a whole other story. Teyana wasn't backing down. She doubled down on her defense, saying, 4. Iman is not dumb. He knows I'd kill him if that story was true. But despite her fierce loyalty, rumors swirled that she was just covering for him, refusing to throw him under the bus even when the truth was right in front of her. Then in 2023, things took a wild turn when a bombshell story dropped. A dramatic tell-all from an anonymous source who spilled some serious tea. Without naming names, this source claimed she had once been married to a retired NBA player who had a major cheating problem. And just when it seemed like the gossip couldn't get any hotter, the source made an even wilder allegation. The cheating was so relentless, it completely broke his wife, leaving her so devastated that she landed in the hospital. The internet wasted no time piecing things together, and before you knew it, all eyes were locked on Teyana and Iman. But hold on, it gets even crazier. This mystery woman didn't just say she was hospitalized over heartbreak. Oh no, according to her, that wasn't the real reason. She claimed the woman in question had allegedly gone too hard on a certain powdered substance and overdosed. And to make things even more suspicious, this so-called wife had to pull the plug on a major performance because of it. At that point, fans didn't even have to do much detective work. A month before, Teyana had abruptly canceled a performance, citing exhaustion, and suddenly, it all started making sense. But if you thought that would be enough to make Teyana finally break her silence and admit something was off, wrong. She stood her ground, fiercely defending Iman and calling out everyone as nosy liars. Teyana wasn't having any of it. She clapped back hard, saying, "The person who sent in this Cap TikTok story is a fool. The person who reenacted the Cap story is a fool, and she better have her court coin ready. Most importantly, where are the receipts? Oh, nobody, I mean absolutely nobody can make Petunia overdose on a damn thing." She didn't stop there. She went all in, saying she'd personally handle Iman if he ever dared to push her to that point. "I'd kill him, finance a nice little suit, sue them, bury him myself before I let him or anybody push me to drugs or take myself out." Now, if that's not loyalty to the absolute max, I don't know what is. But here's where things get real suspicious. While Teyana was out here doing the absolute most to shut down the rumors and protect her marriage, Iman? Silent. He never denied a single thing himself. No statements, no pushback, not even a simple like or repost of her defense. And that right there, a major red flag. Why was he so comfortable letting the entire world drag his wife, the mother of his kids, without saying anything? Well, eventually even Teyana couldn't convince people he was innocent anymore, because his side piece came through with the receipts. Word on the street is that this woman was done being a secret and wanted Iman to leave Teyana for her. Now, I don't know why anyone would want a man who cheated, because let's be real, you lose him how you get him. But that was her choice. And what did she do to make her point? Oh, she posted the evidence, clear as day. And just like that, the proof dropped. A video surfaced where you could clearly hear Iman's voice in the background. At that point, game over. There was no more saving face. He was caught, but the side piece wasn't done yet. She decided to crank up the heat even more by posting a picture of herself wearing Iman's chain. And that right there, 100% confirmation that they had been messing around on the low. Y'all, these new side pieces are getting bolder and bolder. It's like they want to be exposed in the 2020s. Now you'd think that after all this, Teyana would finally be done with Iman, right? That she'd drag him for filth like he deserved. Nope. She took the high road, refusing to let the world rip him apart. She finally addressed the rumors, saying, "In all fairness, Iman and I were separated and have been for a while. To be 1000% clear, infidelity ain't one of the reasons for our departure. We are still one hell of a team when it comes to co-parenting our 2 beautiful children. The only reason I'm even sharing this part of the chat is because the narratives are getting a little out of hand and it's unfair to all parties involved. I hope this provided some clarity for y'all. Now, at this point, the least Iman could do was keep his mouth shut, right? She willingly took bullets for him, tried to keep things peaceful, and made sure he wasn't completely dragged. If he couldn't make it easier for her, he should have at least tried to not make it worse. But did Iman show gratitude? Absolutely not. Instead, he turned around and tried to flip the situation, painting Teyana as the villain. He had the audacity to claim that she was the reason he cheated, calling her out of her name and making wild accusations. He even spoke on a supposed incident, saying, "I was downstairs with my headphones on, playing my PlayStation, and she started hitting me. I used to work with special ed kids and was taught to hold them from behind with a bear hug to calm them down." Excuse me? This man really tried to justify everything by spinning that story? At that point, Iman claimed he yelled for his siblings and ran upstairs to his mother. But that right there, that was the final straw for Teyana. She had had enough, and she immediately clapped back, exposing just how bad things really were behind the scenes. And once she started, she did not hold back. She accused Iman of being deeply insecure about her fame, feeling like he wasn't good enough for her, even though at the time he was making way more money in the NBA than she could in music. But apparently, it wasn't about the money, it was the attention that got to him. She revealed that his jealousy ran so deep, he would constantly send her manipulative and condescending texts whenever she was in the spotlight, making sure she knew exactly how much it bothered him. And it gets worse. According to Teyana, Iman would pick fights out of thin air, even on her birthday, only to turn around and apologize later. Now that's giving serious narcissist energy. But the most heartbreaking part? She said she had to shrink herself professionally just to keep the peace in their marriage because Iman could not handle her growing success. In an attempt to keep things steady at home, she even turned down major acting roles after giving birth, hoping it would create a stronger sense of stability in their marriage. But guess what? That sacrifice ended up costing her. With fewer projects, her income naturally took a hit, and that's when Iman suddenly started having a problem, even though she had been holding things down for years. After sacrificing so much for their marriage, Teyana suddenly found herself being called out for not contributing enough financially. At that point, it became painfully clear, no matter what she did, it was never going to be enough for Iman. According to TMZ, Teyana revealed that she fought to keep their family together, despite Iman being extremely emotionally and mentally abusive toward her. She stood by him through everything, but instead of appreciating her loyalty, he allegedly responded with even more cruelty and selfishness. And when she finally reached her limit, she secretly filed for divorce, but it didn't stop there. Teyana claimed that Iman begged her to take him back, only to turn around and be just as careless and inconsistent as before, eventually landing himself in yet another cheating scandal. And this time, it was beyond humiliating. Teyana also revealed that she was the one who used her Hollywood connections to help Iman land gigs as his NBA career crumbled. But instead of being grateful, he kept picking fights with her. So much so that by 2021, she quietly began the divorce process. Yet despite everything, she called it off and tried to make it work one more time. But that second chance didn't last long either. Iman never got over his insecurities, and as his NBA career officially dried up, things got even worse. According to court documents, by 2022, Teyana found herself being manipulated and controlled by Iman, and once again, she filed for divorce. And here's the wildest part. One day after filing, she asked her legal team to withdraw it. She kept trying to hold on, but by January of last year, she finally pulled the trigger for good. She simply couldn't take the emotional roller coaster anymore. So yeah, Iman was not the man he pretended to be. And if even half of this is true, that's absolutely insane. Even after everything, Iman still tried to flip the script and paint Teyana as the aggressor in the marriage. But Teyana? She made it very clear that she had receipts to back up every single claim in their divorce filings. And Iman, he was smart enough to keep his mouth shut. He knew better than to push her to expose him even further. For a while, things seemed to cool down. People assumed they were just trying to co-parent peacefully and move forward without any more drama. But all that changed the second Pierre, aka Mufasa, entered the picture a couple of weeks ago. Because rumor has it, Iman has been spiraling ever since. Aaron and Teyana first made waves when they popped up together at the 15% pledge program. Then, just days later, they showed up again. This time at the American Black Film Festival Gala. And let me tell you, they did not disappoint. The style, the chemistry, they weren't just showing up, they were making a statement. But the real moment that had everyone talking? That hug when Aaron won his Rising Star Award. And let's be real, that wasn't some casual, friendly congrats type of hug. That was a lingering, unspoken words exchange type of embrace, one that spoke volumes. If anyone was still questioning what was going on between them, that moment had all the answers. And fans, oh, they are loving this pairing. Social media has been eating up every second of their red carpet moments. And from the looks of it, people cannot get enough of them together. Well, everyone except Iman, of course. Word on the street is that Iman has been spiraling ever since Teyana moved on, because in his mind, she was supposed to be sitting at home with the kids, not out here thriving with a new man. Sounds like pure nonsense, right? But let's be real. He's just mad she leveled up. And apparently, he's so salty about it that there are now whispers that he might be trying to take the kids away from her, out of pure spite. The irony, though, this is coming from the same man that Teyana herself called out for not even showing up as a father. Y'all remember when she exposed him for putting their kids in danger, right? One shocking incident outlined in court documents alleged that Iman put their 2 young children in a rideshare, alone, in Chicago, having them dropped off at the United Center unaccompanied. Meanwhile, he took a private driver to the arena. Now, putting 2 kids under 8 in a rideshare by themselves in a strange city? That is wild. So for him to turn around and call Teyana a deadbeat, make it make sense. But anyway, Teyana and Aaron just took things to a whole new level. They finally went Instagram official. She posted pictures of them together at the Oscars with the caption, "Oscar night in black and white, no gray area." And y'all, that must have sent Iman all the way to the moon because, according to reports, he allegedly tried to run up on Aaron at an event they both attended. Luckily for Aaron, people stepped in and defused the situation before things got too crazy. But if Iman is already out here trying to physically confront the man, it's clear this drama is far from over. Aaron wasn't about to take any chances. After barely escaping Iman's alleged outburst, he went straight to the courts and filed a restraining order. And that was the last straw for Teyana. She finally snapped and decided to take Iman to the cleaners. And let me tell you, she won big time. Reports say that in the final divorce settlement, Teyana walked away with 4 houses worth over $10 million, a 7-figure payout, and a fleet of luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, and even a tour bus. But wait, there's more. She also retains full ownership of all her companies, plus $8,000 a month in child support, and Iman has to cover their kids' private school tuition. Y'all, Iman should have just kept his hands to himself, because it looks like he pushed Teyana just a little too far. And when she finally had enough, she came for everything she could get. And honestly, who could blame her? He messed around and found out. But now I gotta hear what y'all think. Do you think Teyana deserved every dime, or did Iman do this to himself? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep up with all the latest celebrity drama. And as always, this is AListTea. See y'all in the next one.